Hello, sports fans. I'm Sage from SportsBrosWorld.com, coming to you today to talk Sage's 7 again. This is something that they don't go over a lot. The fantasy experts only will do this once in a while. We're going over trades and advice on trades. Now, obviously, we're not going over specific trades in this, and that's really what the experts do. They only go over, send me your trade offer, I'll tell you yes or no. I'm just going to give you general advice here. You can obviously do that with us if you'd like. Email it to us at sportsbrosworld@gmail.com or send us something during the podcast, a little note. We do the Hangouts through G+, so you can send us notes through there. Anyway, we'll go over it today. First and foremost, I want to address the biggest issue when it comes to trades. Know your league settings. Know your league rules, your league settings. Because if you don't know them, there's somebody bound to take advantage of that. And the newbie in the league coming in, 12-man league, one guy dropped out, get a new guy, everyone takes advantage of him because he doesn't know the rules, period. League managers will take advantage of you quite a bit too. They may not say it, but they will. Make sure, like if you have a league with defensive stats involved, you obviously don't want to trade your first baseman for an outfielder. That's just not a smart move. First baseman's going to get a million putouts, and the outfielder's not. Period. So keep that in mind. Alright, number 2 on my list is don't trade for a temporary hole. Whether it's an injury, whether a guy's in a slump, don't do that. I mean, let the guy write it out or pick up somebody on free agency. People know you're desperate when your star's hitting 200 the first month of the year. But he's a star for a reason. You picked him in the first round for a reason, or the second or the third. Most likely they're going to come around. They're professional ball players. If you're picking them that early and it wasn't some flyer risk, they're going to come around. Trust me. So keep that in mind. Maybe pick up a guy in free agency, but don't trade for that. That'll just throw you off. It's not a good thing to do, and guys are going to take advantage of that. Next on my list, trade from your strength to your weakness. If you have 5 great outfielders and you have some no-name at second base, you have to trade from your strength to your weakness. Find someone with a decent backup second baseman or a guy that has dual eligibility somewhere, and they need an outfielder. That's a perfect swap. Hopefully you can find that guy. If not, don't be desperate about it. That's another big thing. Here's my next one. Don't trade youth for the aging star, especially in a keeper dynasty league situation. Do not trade the young guy that is not injury prone, that has, 500 career at bats, for the star that has, 15 years experience. That may be a stretch. Let's say 10 years experience, but is aging and is, slowly creeping back to the back end of his lineup, roster, starting pitching, whatever. So don't trade the youth for the aging star. Obviously, if the statistics are just drastically different, I understand, but, don't be stupid about it, especially in a keeper league. Home field advantage. I love this one. I, myself, am a Boston Red Sox fan. However, I play with my brain, not my heart. Okay? Most people don't. It's a big problem in fantasy. I don't know if it's a problem, I should say, but guys will take advantage of it. If you have a guy that is a huge Texas Rangers fan, for instance, and you have Prince Fielder, but you also have a couple other decent first basemen, that is your diamond in the rough right there. You could get his whole farm system for Prince Fielder if he's playing with his heart. Keep that in mind. Take advantage of it any way you can. I know this may seem sleazy or whatever. I don't care. I'm trying to win my fantasy baseball league, and this is a way to do it. So don't be desperate when a guy gets hurt. It's a big one. Troy Tulowitzki, for example. You drafted him high. If he gets hurt in the middle of the year, don't be desperate about it, okay? If a guy gets hurt, first off, if it's a 15-day disabled list, whatever, something short, plug in a free agent. Honestly, if you drafted a Troy Tulowitzki, you should have drafted somebody behind him too that can fill that gap temporarily if you need it. Don't let guys take advantage of it. They say, oh, Troy Tulowitzki fell down, he's out for a month. Yeah, here's a bag of beans and I want Clayton Kershaw. Come on, don't be stupid. Don't let people take advantage of that, especially if it's a temporary thing. And draft accordingly. If you have an injury-prone player throughout his career, you got to draft a backup that, coincides with that. But especially rotisserie league, Troy Tulowitzki, this is a great example of him. If he falls off in the middle of the year, he's a guy with power, with RBIs, with doubles. Okay, then you pick up somebody that doesn't have those stats, that is a lot easier to find. Somebody that can get you steals, somebody that can potentially get you triples if your league counts for that, stuff like that. So that's one of those things. Rotisserie obviously is a little different than head-to-head, so keep that in mind. But yeah, don't be desperate when someone gets hurt. Free agency first. This is my last one. Free agency first. If you have something happen, whether it's a guy going through a slump hitting 200, that star most likely is going to come around. If you have a guy get hurt and you just don't have anybody as a backup for that position, don't be stupid about it. Free agency first. Look for those diamonds in the rough, and it will pay off. Trust me, especially in keeper leagues. You pick up guys in keeper leagues that can be gems. Think of, the year Mike Trout came into the league. Everyone knew he was a star in the making, all that good stuff. But in a lot of drafts, he didn't get picked up. He obviously got picked up shortly thereafter, and if you're in a keeper league, that guy was your workhorse for basically nothing for a good 2 to 3 years, depending upon your keeper rule. So, look for those guys. There's always somebody, especially pitching, especially outfield. Starting pitching, outfield, even relief pitching, those are the easiest to find. So, don't be desperate. Don't trade in that situation. Free agency first. Always. So keep that in mind. Good luck to everybody this year. I know the season's starting up, so if you have any questions, email us, sportsbrosworld.com or sportsbrosworld@gmail.com, or send us a line on Facebook, Twitter. You already found the YouTube page. Hit the subscribe button. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. You know the routine. Throw up the sign. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.